The biggest myth in the info space is that you need millions of followers to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. And at the end of the day, you don't. Take myself as an example. I mean, I only have 4,000 followers on Instagram and I make over $10,000 a month at 16 years old. By the way, real quick, if you're a coach and you're struggling to build your personal brand and get those clients in through your content and build content that converts, there's a link in the description that you can click to book a call personally with me and see if me and my team can help you out. But that being said, let's get right back into this video. So when it comes to making money with short form content, there's 3 steps that you need to be aware of. First, you need to learn how to make content that converts. And second, you need distribution beyond your niche. And you need to know your offer, and you have to have a system to monetize it. And I'm going to go deep into each one of these things. So that being said, let's get straight to it. And look, you don't need millions of followers to be making tons of money through your personal brand, and posting times don't matter. Look, I mean, like I told you earlier in the video, I'm 16 years old, I only have 4,000 followers, and I'm making over $10,000 a month for my personal brand. And look, as you can see right here, these are just payouts that I get on a weekly basis throughout the week. As you can see here, $1,700, couple hundred to a couple $1,000. And that's all because I learned how to do those 3 things that I talked about, and I'm going to go over in this video. So first, you have to understand the different types of funnels that we have with content. First, we have the top of funnel attention, right? So this is like people seeing your content for the first time. And then we have the actual content, right? So this is like middle, top of funnel, kind of the same thing as attention. But these are posts that turn attention into curiosity. So these are a little bit different. And then we have the leads, right? So this is the middle of the funnel. These are people that are raising their hand, they're commenting for your guides, your CTAs, joining your email list, stuff like that, filling out type forms. And then we have the bottom of funnel, cash, which is leads who buy your offer, right? They're paying you. And then this ties into people thinking that like just posting videos is enough, right? But if you don't understand how content works at different stages at the funnel, like different stages, so we have top, middle, and bottom of funnel, you're not going to turn those views into money. And let me break it down for you. So first we have top of funnel, right? This is awareness, like I said, and it's like your cold audience. These people have no clue who you are. And the first impression, biggest reach, like this is how you're going to reach a lot of people. And the goal is attention, right? The goal isn't to get sales here. The goal is just to get people to understand and figure out and learn who you are. These videos are more broad. They're relatable, right? They're pretty simple. They're curiosity based. These are some examples to give. I'm going to give it in my POV, some of them. So like why I don't believe in waking up at 5 a.m. I do believe in waking up at 5 a.m., but that's just an example for you guys. One habit at 16 that's making me almost 1K a day. And then we have, most people think they need 10K followers to make 10K a month, but they're wrong, which is true. And the top of funnel isn't about closing clients, like I said earlier. It's just about making people, like, you want to make somebody stop scrolling and want to be interested in who you actually are as a person and what you have to offer, and the goal is to get them to follow you. And then we have the middle of funnel, right? MOF, trust and education. So this is like warmer audience, right? They know you exist, they're curious, and you prove you're credible. So they're right around here, right? We want to make them curious. So you've made them curious, right? And they're over here now, they're in the middle. And, you know, the goal is to shift their beliefs. The goal is for you to be their authority. And these videos are more like processes, frameworks, and proof. An example, this video is middle of funnel. It's a little bit deeper. You guys are warm. It's a little bit deeper. Some of you guys may know me. So for example, here's the 3 steps I use to make money with short form, behind the scenes, how I filmed a video that got me 10 clients, and then MOF content just makes people believe that you're legit, right? They stop seeing you as a random coach or whatever you do and see you as authority. And then we have the bottom of funnel where you make money, right? So it's a hot audience. They already trust you. They're just deciding whether or not they are going to take action at all, right? Whether or not they're going to give you their money. Now, the goal is to make them do something, right? Like comment for a DM, a guide, or lead them onto your Calendly link for a call. These are where strong CTAs come in. Like, the bottom of funnel is where you're going to use strong CTAs, and I'll get into the different types of CTAs later in this video. And proof-based content, right? Showing that you know what you do, giving examples, stuff like that. And as you can see here, examples for a video would be comment system if you want my exact funnel template. Here's a student who made 4K a month after applying this process. If you're stuck at 10K a month, this is the exact shift to scale further. So videos like these, more guru type content. I don't like using the word guru, but just for the sake of this video. So bottom of funnel content, like I said, is where you finally monetize, you make your money, but you can't like jump from the top of funnel down here, because if people don't know who you are, people have no clue who you are, you have no proof or anything, the bottom of funnel is not going to work for you. So you can't try to sell to people who don't trust you, right? It feels scammy, and that's why top of funnel and middle of funnel matter. before you just dive into the bottom of the funnel. So let's go over here to explaining the two different types of short form content. So we have beyond your niche content and, like I said, guru content, right? So beyond your niche content is more just to expand your reach, more lifestyle content. I'll give you guys some examples over here. So like habits or daily life, as you can see some example, I'll go over one for each one. One tiny habit that ruined my focus for months. By the way, this is Champ T Graham, great beyond your niche content. So if you want to study beyond your niche content, go to Instagram and go to Champ T Graham. He has great Instagram beyond your niche content. Now, another example is just mindset perspective shifts, relatable struggles. You have lifestyle and storytelling moments, contrarian/real talk, right? Controversial things, just stuff that could be related to your niche, but it's not directly, like, you're not teaching people stuff. It's more lifestyle, like I said. And then we have guru content over here, which is like from one of my clients, as you can see here. So he coaches service providers, right? So that's like pool cleaners. And then we have like doctors. So he's a doctor, for example. So the wrong first hire will keep you broke. So he's teaching service providers about making the right hire. So that's more guru type content. Like this is like middle of funnel content right here. This is middle of funnel. And then this would be more of top of funnel, the beyond your niche content. And then he does MOF and BOF content more on YouTube, Champ, right here. So that's a perfect example of the two different types of content. Now, if we shift over here, you got to understand how videos actually work. Whether you're doing beyond your niche content, these principles apply to both. So first you have your hook, right? I'm going to give you guys 7 examples of 7 different types of hooks. We have your build up, right? So I'm going to teach you the psychology and like behind it, and then the build up gets into the psychology of the other person and like makes aware of the consequences if they don't do such and such. And then your body, you just keep it simple, right? It's just a lesson or a solution, like what they're watching the video for. And your call to action, there's soft, medium, and hard. I'm going to show you guys each one and what the difference is. So over here I have 7 different hook examples for you guys. So first we have a topic hook, right? So this is talking about a specific topic. So today I'm showing you how to make fuck you money with only 500 followers on Instagram. And then you have the desire hook, which is imagine making $1,000 a day without needing 1 million followers, right? So this is a desire. The person wants to make $1,000 a day, but they don't have 1 million followers. And then we have a problem hook. So the reason you're posting every day and not seeing clients is because you don't understand this one thing. So it's hitting a problem, right? They're not able to get any clients in through their content. And they're like, oh, I need this video. Well, what am I doing wrong? Then we have a question hook. What if I told you you don't need 10,000 followers to make 10K a month? So this is a question hook, right? It's hitting a desire and a problem at the same time. And then we have a fact hook. I make over $10,000 a month at 16 years old with just 4,000 followers. So the person's like, whoa, I want to learn how I could do this. Or this builds curiosity. Like, what is this video going to be about? What can I learn from this to do it myself? And then we have a belief hook. So most people believe followers equal money, but that's the biggest lie in the info space. So this is a strong belief hook, right? And then we have a trend hook. Everyone's chasing viral videos right now, but virality does not equal clients. Right? This is a trend hook, something that people believe, and they're basically shifting. This is kind of a belief hook, like these two like add to each other because they're basically shifting somebody's belief with this video, right? That's like the whole point of this video. Now we have build-ups, right? So I'm going to break down these build-ups for you. So how does it even work, right? So you have your hook that grabs attention, and the truth is one of the biggest myths is that the first 3 seconds of your video is the most important. But that is not true because it's actually the first 8 seconds of your video. And if you look up the attention span, it's about 8 seconds. And when you think about it, when you're scrolling, you don't necessarily just scroll because of the first 3 seconds. You wait a little bit, see what they're going to say, and then you move on if it's not captivating enough, right? So the hook that grabs attention, it's a quick, bold statement. It gives you a little bit of emotion stirring up. And then a build-up explains why that emotion matters, and it actually gives you, it like digs deeper into that emotion, kind of like stabbing a knife into somebody when they're already hurt. So it adds psychology or a consequence, right? And it just sets up curiosity for the body, which is the next part, like the main part of the video, and just to tease what's coming without giving it away and give them a reason why they should stay and actually watch your video. And the hook is just to make them stop scrolling in the first place. So for example, the hook that we had earlier, the reason you're posting every day and not seeing clients is because you don't understand this one thing. And then what you would say after that as a build-up, which is what most coaches miss in their content, right here, most people confuse consistency with strategy. Just posting doesn't make people buy. It just makes you busier. And then the consequence, you can say after. If you keep doing it, you'll burn out and still have an empty pipeline. And then it's transition into the body. So here's what you actually need to focus on instead. So this gives them a reason to stay, digs in deeper because you're basically saying what the person is doing wrong and they know it. And then they're going to stay because they're curious to see what they can do in order to solve that problem, which is what the whole hook was about, right? And let's say it was desire, it would be how they could get the desire. But in this case, it's how they can get that problem solved. And then we have the body. I don't really need to like explain this, but it's literally just the lesson or the solution, and just going off of like telling them what you said you were going to tell them. So where is it? So here's what you actually need to focus on instead. So you'd be telling them what to focus on, and then having a CTA, which I'll break down right now, right? So you can have a soft, medium, or hard CTA. In this case, in this video, it would be great to give somebody, for example, a guide. So we have CTAs here. We have soft. A soft CTA is like, save this for later and share it with a friend. Medium CTA would be tag your friend down below because you're making them do something like a little bit more, right? And then a hard CTA would be something like comment guide if you want to learn how to get leads through your content, to get leads through content. So that's the difference. So soft is more chill. You're not really asking them to like really do anything. Medium is like you're pushing them to engage a little bit more. And then a hard CTA is you're trying to get something out of them. Either book a call, have them fill out a form, get a free guide that then leads to them filling out a form, which I'm going to break down over here in a little bit with the monetization funnel. But that's just basically how a video works. There's 4 parts to a video, and if you can master the hook and the build-up, your videos are going to do great and you're going to build leads. And you also need to master the hard CTAs, because if you can't master those, the leads, they may be coming to your videos, but they won't be going any further. Like they won't get past this stage at all. So make sure you master 1, 2, and 3. The body is really hard to fuck up. But that being said, let's talk about some myths. So the best post times, dude, there's no best posting time, but there is guided posting times. So on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, you can see when your audience is most active, and that's when you should post. But there's not a specific time for everybody that's set that you need to post. That's bullshit. So don't listen to anybody telling you that. It's just a myth to make you buy another person's course, right? And look, you don't need to go viral to monetize. Like I said, I only have 4,000 followers, and I make basically more than double that a month at 16 years old. And I have clients, 5,000 followers, making 10,000, same thing, and they're growing, they're doing great. I have clients with less than 1 million followers, less than a couple 100,000 followers that are making hundreds of thousands a month. And then you don't need a big following to have authority. You can have authority with a small following. You as long as your content speaks to the right audience and you learn how to master the hook and the build-up, you're gonna fucking crush it. As long as you master those things. Like, all this is false. All this is bullshit. Now, how do you even film your videos, which is probably a question a lot of you have that a lot of people don't go over, but it's pretty simple, right? So the angle and style, there's a couple types of videos. So if we go over here, these 2 videos right here are selfie videos, right? So selfie videos, they're just filming like this. And there's nobody filming them. It's really simply edited and stuff like that. These videos are great. It's totally preference. Or you can just have somebody film you, and just have somebody film you walking in the street. Maybe the video could be more edited, but it all comes down to preference, right? And lighting, if you're walking around, make sure the sun is facing at you and you're not behind the sun. If you're filming at a desk, have your ring light. I don't have my ring light for this video, but the lighting's good enough because of the sun coming in here. Yeah, make sure you have a ring light if you're at your desk, and make sure your face is in the middle. Don't be too close to the camera, put it out a little bit. And then the vibe of the video, the tonage, it really just depends. You got to choose, like, do you want it to be casual, educational, more serious, beginner friendly, more in depth, maybe more advanced, right? For people who already get stuff like this, like more authoritative or more chill. And then the attention span, right? So how long should your video be? 30 to 60 seconds max. The reason for this is because the attention span of people on average is like 47 seconds in America, and in the world, I mean. And then for like Reels, it's only 8 seconds. So you need to make it short. It's not supposed to be long. If you want to film long videos, come to YouTube. That's what YouTube's for. Like, this video is pretty long. Obviously, I'm not posting this as short form. But you want to be quick and get to the point with short form. And also, I didn't add this on here, but you want to make sure you're speaking at the speed I'm speaking and not slow, because people get bored and they don't have a big attention span, like I mentioned before. So you need to talk fast, be on the move. Look at people like Alex Ramosi, perfect speed. His videos move quick. You're always engaged and ready with his stuff. And then background sounds, right? So I'm going to link 2 libraries of songs that you can put that are instrumentals, no lyrics, in the description below. So click those, just like, I think it's over like 200 free songs. So use those, find one that matches your vibe, and that's another myth, you don't necessarily need trending sounds, as long as it matches the vibe of the video, and every video has different emotions depending on the hook. So if it's a sad video, put a more chill song. If it's a video that's like, here's how you're gonna make $10,000 this month, make it more exciting, more upbeat song. And sounds boost reach because it plays with the viewer's emotions, so that's definitely a huge role when it comes to background sounds. Now, the most important part, I explained to you guys top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. You guys know how to make content now. You know how to make content that converts, but you're like, what do I specifically do to get people to pay me, right? And that's where we have the monetization funnel over here. So this is where you get them from your video, right? Like your reel, to book a call with you. So first you have your video, and then you have the call to action. And we're gonna go a bunch of different routes here. So first, let's say you have a call to action that says, comment stress if you're tired of not getting past $10,000 a month. And then you'll message them with ManyChat, right? So here, I'll add in ManyChat, and I'll go over an automation. I'll share my screen with you guys here in a second. Go to ManyChat, you'll collect you'll ask them for their email before you give them the free guide or whatever it is. You add them to your newsletter, you send the free guide, I'm gonna put FG here, and then you put them onto your newsletter, right? Daily and weekly emails with the CTA. Oh, I put free guide here, I didn't see that. Okay. Daily, weekly emails with the CTA, right? They fill out a form because they see it so many times, because it's proven that when somebody sees your stuff 7 times, they're ready to buy. They're like a warmer lead. So they fill out the form, book a call. Let's say they filled out the form but didn't book a call. You have their number, you have their email, call them and text them. And let's say they did. You get on a sales call and you close them and you get your money. And then over here, we collect their email, send them the guide, link to fill form at the end of the guide. You can do that as well, which is what I do for my clients. And then eventually they fill out that form, same process here, didn't book, you call them, email, text them, and then if they did, sales call, and you close them and you get their money and you help them become better at whatever you're teaching them. And then another call to action funnel is you send them a VSL, you get them to comment, send them a VSL, and then after they watch the video, there's a form, same process, didn't book, call, email, text, sales call, and you close them. Let's head over here to ManyChat. I wonder if I can pull up. I think you guys can see my screen. Okay, so we're in ManyChat. Okay, so this is an automation set for when someone comments on a post on one of my clients' Instagram, and then they click the button below to get access to the free guide. They get here, click here, and then we basically pitch them in a way, right? So I help Kyle's get past every K monthly collections within 180 days. I was curious between everyone's struggle, and then Mars conversation is open, and then if they don't respond, it's we have them go over here. We say, hey, you there? And then if they do, we say, take a look at some of the people I've been able to help below, and there's like 20 different testimonials here, and then we basically tell them to go book a call. Okay, so this is an example of, hey, here's my patient script, send it over. Before we give it to them, wait, right before I send you the patient exit script, just drop your email below, get their email capture, and we have a Zapier automation, which I can show you how to set in another video. And then they get added to the newsletter, next step, and then we give them the free guide. And then on the free guide, there is testimonials here and lead straight to our VSL here, and another link here to, I think this is to book a call. Yeah, to book a call. So that's basically how the process works. That's an example of it in action. You see those results. And I've been able to make my clients a lot of money with this. And the truth is, you can do the same if you're a coach. These are some of the many results that we generate for our clients. We've generated millions of views as well. And this can be you. And all you have to do is literally just click the link below if you're a coach and you're somebody who's trying to grow your personal brand, you're struggling to get clients, or you just, you've mastered your technique, but you don't even have time and you just want to give it off to somebody else to handle everything for you. That's why I'm here. So click the link below. I'll see you on the call, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.